Dywan, what's up, bud?
Oh man, not too much, brother.
Well, we're back. We are officially back in the Mancave.
Finally.
The Mancave construction is still underway, but we are to a workable point. Thank God.
All right.
Dywan, what you been up to, bud?
Trade school, trying to stay up on all the latest sports events. My Braves are the number one seed in their conference. And I'm just enjoying all this stuff. You know, we got the trades going on. NFL's came back, college football. Like, this is the perfect time. September, October, November, December is like the best time to be a
I'm not
sports
gonna lie. I got a lot of crow to eat about how much I've made fun of them Cowboys, haven't I?
Partially, because the Arizona Cardinals, we deserve all the criticism for that. I'm still in disbelief over that.
Disbelief. Well, just kind of give you some events of my life. Obviously, I've moved. We have a more secure and better internet connection, and we've also invested in new equipment over here. You said you were in trade school. I've officially got my CDL permit, so I've been training at work, going in at like 5 a.m. So I didn't go in at 5 this morning, but I've been going in at 5 a.m. But yeah, just kind of I'm putting them hours in. Let me tell you, and paychecks getting good, but body's starting to wear down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling from the military, being up at 5 and gotta be in formation at 6. Like, nah, I don't miss them days at all.
I don't miss it one bit. I kind of got to squeeze by this week, though. I had something that came up, and so I got to miss the 5 a.m. shift all week this week. It's the first time since like July. Luckily for me. But no, let's go ahead and talk about what you wanted to bring up before we went live here about old Mr. Damian Lillard himself. What you think about the old Bucks?
I'm looking at it two ways. They got better offensively, like down the stretch. Whenever Chris Middleton starts to, maybe if he's struggling, now you got somebody like Dame Lillard. You add a talent like Dame Lillard, your offensive firepower is second to none. Now, my only pushback, where's the defense? Because if you give up Drew Holiday, which to me is a consistent lockdown defender, you got to bring in at least one or two of those 3-and-D guys, guys that just want to play defense and catch and shoot. They're not going to dribble. They ain't worried about crossing you up. They just want to play defense, and on offense, they want a wide open jump shot. So if they can attract, I would say 2 at the least over there to kind of replace Drew Holiday's production, I like their chances. But if they don't add any more to their roster, I don't see them getting by Boston.
You don't think so?
Not the way they currently constructed.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I know they've got Middleton over there, but he's more of a small forward than he is a shooting guard, isn't he? So they're kind of like really offensively dependent this year. It's going to be a struggle to defend the 3-point line at a higher clip as they've done. Yeah. But I don't know. I just don't really have a lot of faith in Boston. We've kind of figured out how to guard Jaylen Brown, and that's literally make him go left. Yep. And it's kind of like the LeBron situation there for a while. You can let LeBron go off because the rest of his team's not going to be able to carry the load. I mean, that's kind of been the knock on him for the past like 10 years, I'm pretty sure, is that's what San Antonio did. That's what I'm pretty sure that's what the Nuggets did. They kind of just let LeBron be LeBron, and they're like, well, we'll just play defense on everybody else, and it seemed to work for them. But I don't know. Oh God, something just popped in my head. Did you see old Mr. Jimothy Butler?
Bruh, I'm convinced. I'm convinced Jimmy Butler is doing this just
He's
for clickbait.
trolling, bro.
Yeah, I'm
He's
like,
got to be trolling.
I'm like, Jimmy, come on, man. Like, what is you doing, bro? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it and it just popped in my head what he did last year with the braids and everything. I was just like, yeah,
yeah,
he's just doing it just to be Jimmy. That's just a part of Jimmy being Jimmy, and I love it. I just it's something I would do, be a troll, and I, I I don't know, I think it's funny because like I like people that have a sense of humor and don't take themselves too seriously.
yeah.
And that's what he seems to be doing. It's just kind of like, hey, yeah, I'm Jimmy. I'm gonna go mess around. Hey, this is supposed to be a really serious thing. It's not so serious. I like personalities, and
Yeah,
a lot of people. The NBA has been missing personalities. Let's be
that's
honest.
true. That's true. That's
So
true.
you got Jimmy Butler over there putting on for the league. But what do you think about Golden State? They got a train wreck going over there. Have too many people and not as many balls as possible. Pause.
Pause.
Sorry.
See, Golden State, I'm looking at it like this. Like, if you just look at what Chris Paul is bringing to their team. Essentially, Chris Paul is a shorter Draymond Green. What I'm saying is, Steph Curry, 9 times out of 10, when he crosses half court, he gives the ball to Draymond. Draymond initiates the offense. You got Steph Curry running. I mean, from damn near every point on the basketball floor through screens, which is what he's supposed to do. Because that opens up Klay Thompson, that opens up Wiggins and everybody else, because you got all 5 eyes, and well, really you got all 8 eyes, because if you include the refs on Steph Curry, I call him the Tupac of the NBA. So I'm looking at it like, if you look at Chris Paul, I feel like with Draymond dealing with his injuries, well, Chris Paul is going to play that Draymond role on the perimeter, initiating the offense, letting Klay move it out the ball, letting Steph move it out the ball. But this is what Chris Paul brings that Draymond doesn't have. Chris Paul can hit that elbow jumper in that mid-range like it's a layup. Like, that's his special. See, and that's something I've told people. Like, I think the casual fan, like not you and I, because we know ball, but the casual fan will look at Golden State and like, oh my God, they're just revolutionary with the 3 ball. No. They shoot the 3 well, but they do everything else well. That's why you bring in a Chris Paul to knock down those mid-range jumpers and those elbow jumpers. This another guy. Remember Sean Livingston? Yep. That's the same role he played. He came in, he was 6'7". I mean, he posted a mismatch for any point guard or shooting guard, and the guy was long, right?
Well, let me attack it from this angle. Chris Paul, he's been a journeyman at this point, right? Every team he's been to has been elevated. He's one of the only players that can really say that. He took a pretty bad, let's be honest, Thunder team to the playoffs. He was taking the Rockets. He took the Rockets to 7 games against the Warriors. Yep. I mean, he took the Suns to the finals, did he not? No, he got hurt. Never mind. But let's be honest here. Every team he goes to, he ends up elevating that team. And if you think about it, he's gonna be that second Draymond, like you said. He's gonna be the Draymond for the bench players. And you don't really know how that's gonna go. But I mean, as many times as he's elevated a team, you gotta imagine it's gonna go well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And what you're saying, that's what I have to tell a lot of people. Like, they have a bias towards Chris Paul for whatever reason. Like, okay, that's cool, but get
it's
past
because he's short. Let's be honest here. It's because he's short, which is normal height.
Yeah, and then he also gets a bad rep for the flopping and a lot of the little dirty taxes, which I'm like, okay, I get it.
It's gamesmanship. But be nice.
Yeah. That doesn't affect the way I look at the game, because when I look at Chris Paul, I like to consider him a maestro. What do I mean by that? Yo, this man can, when he has the ball, he dictates the pace, he dictates the flow, the cadence, the rhythm. he keeps everybody involved. When Chris Paul is on the floor, nobody is on his team is not involved in some way, shape, or form. And I tell people.
Yeah, I was about to say he's really good at directing a team. I mean, if you think about it, he's probably going to be a coach at once he's retired.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's gonna if he becomes a coach, he's probably going to be pretty good because of his knowledge. And the only problem he might run into is being able to voice that to another player, you know. But I mean, I kind of agree with you. Like, he is a maestro; he's able to do that. And I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off. Go ahead with what you were saying.
No, I was just gonna say that when you have a Chris Paul on your team, you're guaranteed to make playoffs. Back to a point that you made, because if you look at him from the Pelicans, or when they were, I guess they went to Oklahoma for a time period, but they were the Pelicans or the Hornets. My bad, the Hornets. And then he goes
before he went to LA.
Yeah, he goes to the Clippers, right? The Clippers back in the playoffs. Boom. He takes them to the playoffs. Then he goes to the Houston Rockets. They were like a playoff team that was like getting to the second round, maybe. Chris Paul comes, boom, they go to the Western Conference. Now, granted, they weren't going to get past Golden State, but like you said, they took Golden State 7 games. And I mean, hey, if that man had a hamstring made of, what is it that Wolverine is made out of?
You gonna give me the note?
You're
gonna get me right on the spot here.
Yeah, is it antimonium? I think. Yeah, if his hamstring was
right.
Wolverine's, right, bro. I feel comfortable saying I think Golden State would have got knocked off because Chris Paul was on a mission that year, and then he goes to the Phoenix Suns. They go to the finals, right?
Adamantium, you were really close.
Yeah, well, yeah, I knew it was somewhere in the ballpark, but everywhere Chris Paul goes, yes, he elevates them. So with him going to Golden State and they already have a winning culture, it's like he can only make better, and then he can take some pressure off Draymond by being that floor general. And now Draymond, you just stay down there and play defense, you know. And they need rim protection. If they don't add at least one solid big man, I don't see them doing anything, because right now you got to deal with Anthony Davis, you got to deal with the Joker, you got to deal with Giannis.
Is it Looney their center? Yeah,
and Looney's serviceable, but to me, Looney's
he's just kind of lanky.
Yeah, he's a scrappy guy that can rebound, but no, they need solid rim protection right now. Like they're needing that bad.
And they could go get it in the form of Rudy Gobert.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Let's be honest. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they do not need both Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. They actually, I don't know what makes them think that they would like that, but it's definitely not something that's going to be a long-term thing, in my opinion. I don't think that's a very great idea. You know, at the same time, I'm not managing a basketball team, so
right.
I don't know. So let me ask you this: who's your favorite this year in the NBA? Since we're going to be starting preseason this upcoming week, aren't we?
Yeah, and I'm going to say I'm going to start with the East. I'm going to say the Bucks, because with them acquiring Drew Holiday, that's a guy that he's high character, he's low maintenance. And if you go back and look,
Damian?
No, the Bucks, Drew Holiday. No, I'm sorry, Boston.
There you go.
But if you go back and look through the annals of the history, guys that are high character, low maintenance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are that piece you need to get to the finals. If you look at a Joe Dumars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or with Detroit Pistons, you look at a guy like, I say Michael Jordan. He was very high character. He was low maintenance, like he wasn't a diva. You get him on Chicago, they're going to the finals. Tim Duncan, high character, low maintenance, right? Steph Curry, high character, low maintenance. These guys.
Where's Dennis Rodman fit in that?
Dennis Rodman. Now watch this. I'm not gonna contradict myself, but watch this. Rodman is high character, extremely high maintenance, but the tolerance. The tolerance, not the production, outweighs the tolerance. So as long as his production outweighs his tolerance, he's an asset. See, so he's the one outlier. I will say that. Yeah, Dennis Rodman with the Pistons, he was.
I think I think it for him it took the right situation too, and Detroit and Chicago happened to be the right situation for him. Because if you think about San Antonio, I don't know, was Pop there? No, I don't think Pop was there.
No, Pop was there.
So like Pop, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach, but I mean, he couldn't handle Dennis Rodman. I mean,
no, you had to have a feel.
Yeah,
Phil and Chuck Daly are the only ones that can handle Rodman.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of motor on over to NFL. Let me just tell you, I'm getting absolutely destroyed in fantasy football right now. I'm on I'm counting this week already as a 3-game losing streak because the player I have or the team I'm playing against has one DJ Moore. And let me just tell you what started my losing streak. You ready for this?
I'm all ears.
Damn Keenan Allen.
Chargers.
The Chargers. Damn Keenan Allen dropped 45 points on me. It started my losing streak. I was 2-0. And then Keenan Allen decides to have a 200-yard, 3-touchdown, 1 throwing day. Let me just tell you how I'm living my fantasy football life right now. It's not fun. It's not fucking fun.
Damn. Man. I sympathize with you, man. I sympathize.
How about my podium? Sorry.
Hey, but listen, man, I'm on a losing streak too. Like, bro, Aaron Rodgers quarterback. Do I need to say any more? So yeah, I'm right there with you.
I drafted him. The thing about it is, I have Patrick Mahomes. So, except for last week,
he was our starter last year, and he got snatched up, and somehow we were the 11th pick. I'm like, how the hell we draw number 11 in the pick? Like, go ahead.
You're good. I actually drafted him in the second round. I'm in a 10-man fantasy football group, and everybody was picking, Justin Jefferson, obviously, Tyreek, obviously. My first round pick at number 8 was Bijan Robinson. So, I mean, it was a solid pick, but it hasn't just paid off yet. But, I don't know. So I also drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, which kind of moves me to the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to say that I'm just going to whisper this. They might be contenders.
No. That's not even a whisper, man. The Lions are solid.
The Lions? Ain't never in my life. I ain't never said that in my life. I don't think anybody's ever said that shit.
I'm actually rooting for them, man. I mean, I think Jared Goff got a bad rap, but I like what he's doing. Like,
yeah, you can tell just based off of last week's game, you could just see it in his eyes. Like he's there for vengeance, and I love seeing that in players. That's the one thing I love about watching sports is when you see those players and they have that look on their face, like I'm here for blood. And that's the thing that always gets me. I love seeing it. I don't know what it is, but I just love absolutely like when a player just has, and everybody knows that look. It's the Joe Burrow look, if you're wondering. Joe Burrow has a constant state of I'm here for blood, except for they kind of suck right now. That's their problem right now.
Yeah. I really think they need to just sit Joe down and let him heal. Because I know he's got their warrior mindset. He wants to be out there, but sometimes you got to stop. You have to stop guys from causing further damage to themselves.
That was a Jameson Williams in the national championship, if you remember. Waddle. No, it was Waddle.
Waddle, yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of the not Denver Broncos, Jesus, the Miami Dolphins, they're a little scary. They're a little scary right now.
Oh, they're definitely scary.
Their defense, I don't think is going to hold up in the playoffs, but you hang 70 points on someone, I mean, you did something right. And
definitely.
I don't know how many. Obviously not very many teams in the NFL. I actually said after I saw how many points did they score?
Right. That was like that's like when we was playing Madden back in the Gap. like you just put a 70 piece on somebody. It's like, okay, 21 love is supposed to be game, but if you want some revenge, like you just gonna run the score up on them. I'm like, bro, this is like some Madden stuff right here. Like, what's going on?
You know what? Speaking of Madden, my brother, right before we went live, he quote tweeted, well, quote X'd, quote posted, whatever you call it on Twitter now. He quote tweeted something that said it was a video of the Kendrick Perkins poster from Blake Griffin where he threw it into the bucket when he was on the Clippers. He's like, I remember when I was whooping Dylan's ass playing Madden 2K. I was like, first of all, Madden 2K, what are we talking about here? Second off, I didn't know we were just outright lying today. But he never beat me. I'm undefeated in 2K. You can come see me if you're looking for me. Come find me if you're looking for me.
Yeah, man, that's one I could never get the hang of 2K. So I stuck to my guns.
I gotta give it up. I don't know if he's watching right now, but I mean, I know we were texting him before we went live. Our boy Caleb is the one that kind of pushed me into 2K, that made me as good as I was. And I haven't played against anybody in a while, but let me tell you, anybody can get these hands. I'm open 24/7, 365. I'm like 7-Eleven.
Hey, I'm with you there, man. Like I said, I ain't got the new Madden. I got to get the new Madden and get back in the groove.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't bought a lot of Maddens lately. Speaking of, you see it under my name, Madden Beard. That's my last name. However, I like the college game more than I liked Madden.
Oh yeah. NCAA.
I wait for that bitch to come out. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to buy the Madden because it seems like it's the same game every year, and I know everybody says that. And so I'm just going to go to the point, I just wait for college football to come out.
Yeah.
More of a college football fan anyways. RIP Arkansas right now. It's not looking good for Arkansas.
Yeah.
Well, DeJuan, let's take a step back and let's take a little break, and we'll be right back. How about that?
For sure. I'm gonna give me a drink.
All right, bud. We'll be right back. Back to this edition of the Man Cave. Welcome back. We haven't been here in a while. Hey, we just want to let you know we do have a comment section. We will respond to your comments, however dumb they may be or however brilliant they may be. We will respond to it. So if you have any comments, just drop it down there. We'll look at it. We might even bring you on the screen. Who knows? Dywan,
What's happening?
what is going on with my Razorbacks, bro?
Bro, that's $1 million question. I mean,
Have you seen the latest news?
I haven't seen the latest news, but I've been seeing the latest games. And, bro, I hate to say it, but KJ is giving me Dak Prescott vibes. Don't judge me.
Brother man. Let me ask you this. All right. If your team were to lose a game and then all of a sudden after the game's over start sending emails to students, what would you think?
Sending emails to students?
Sending emails to students.
Oh, wow. I did not know this. This is new news to me.
It's a shit show right now. It's a shit show. Yeah, our offense coordinator decided he would be the smart guy he is and start saying how innovative it would be to QB sneak on 4th and 1. You know, that's what he decided that he would email back to his student. Instead of, just ignoring it like a reasonable human would, he decided, you know what, I'm going to respond. I'm done. I don't know how many. My family kind of has a history of heart issues. I don't know just how many heartbreaks I can go through anymore.
Don't
you being a Cowboys fan, I just want to know what can help me.
Okay, this is what you have to do, right? You have to be able to take your expectations from here and bring them down here. And when I say down here, I'm talking below the basement. That's how low you got to have your expectations. And you know why that is? Because if you have low expectations, guess what? Whenever something like it. I know what it helps. Whenever something catastrophic happens, now you're prepared for it. Listen, bro, I had to do this to myself. Remember when we were all kicking it, back in 2015. So I went overseas in 2016, right? And that's when Dak got inserted in the starting lineup. And bro, I had my expectations up through the roof, right? I'm like, yo, this our year. We winning. Everything going our way. We get to the divisional and we go home. I was traumatized. So I really had to tell myself, I say the most intelligent people, they have conversations with themselves, right? So I had to tell myself, like my intuition, my conscience had to tell me, hey man, keep your expectations low. So that way, if they let you down, it's not a dramatic fall. It's just kind of like, you miss a step when you're walking up the stairs versus you being in an airplane and somebody just kicks you off. So, that's just my solution.
Man, I don't know what I was expecting coming into the year. I don't know. Actually, I do know. I was expecting 10 wins. I'm not going to lie. But it seems like Arkansas has a problem at offense. We've had – I don't know what changed between last year and this year besides the offensive coordinator, so I don't know what to point it at. But we had 175 yards of total offense.
It's painful, man. I know. It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful. But I would say this. I'll say this. At least we're not Knicks fans like Stephen A. Always want to laugh at the Cowboys. Bro, I'm so glad somebody hey, shout out to DeMarcus Spears, Swagoo. I'm so glad somebody finally called that joker out. Like, Stephen A., how you gonna sit up here and talk about the Cowboys when you a Knicks fan? He was like, do you know the Knicks ain't won a championship since the 70s, brother? That's like almost 50 years. I said, thank you. Swagoo, that's my guy. Because he went to LSU, but he also played for the Cowboys. I'm like, see, that you need somebody up there to call that goofy dude out. And I'm only talking about it in football terms, because outside of football, Stephen A. is an intelligent brother. But when he get on my Cowboys, I got to get on him. Like, bro, you a fan of the Knicks.
Hey,
they
man,
only got
You see that dude walking into the basketball games like he just owned the world, you know what I'm saying? That dude is funny. That dude Stephen A just walking in like he's the coolest guy, looking around. Hey, bro, look at me. You know,
You
he's
know,
that me type.
you know who he remind me of, bruh. You remember when we used to watch wrestling and we would like mimic all the wrestlers coming out to their intro and all that? That's who Stephen A reminds me of. It's like, Stephen A, I get it, man. You want to, it's like you have this in your mind that you're one of these high profile wrestlers. So when you come in there, all eyes supposed to be on you. But I'm like, bruh, no. Like, you just look uncoordinated and goofy. Like, just do something different, man. God damn.
Yeah. He's always trying his best, and I can't fault him for that. But like you said, he is a smart man. I mean, got to give it to him. He averaged 1 point a game in his D3 school. Uh, but I mean,
1.3 something. I'm like, all right, bro. If that's your saving grace, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. I'll put it this way: you played longer than me. Whatever. But yeah. So I'm glad you talked about the Braves earlier because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. Now I walk my dog up, and he was over there laying down like, what the fuck this dude doing?
Yeah, my dog over here. She's like, I need attention now. And now she's just being pouty over there. Whatever. So I didn't know the baseball playoffs were going on. I feel like a bad baseball fan. I didn't know that until like yesterday.
Mhm.
So I know the last time we were on, we were talking about Shohei. And I heard that Shohei might not be playing next year because of injury. So that's not good. But how the Braves looking, bro? I heard they were bashing the balls. That's all I heard. I heard that they doing that damn thing.
Bruh, my guy Acuna, bruh, he on a tear. Like I really got him as the MVP. Like the man is every time he gets on base, he gets a steal. I see that. That's a pattern. I'm like, okay, so what he's doing is he's putting pressure on the opposition. That when you get to second base, essentially that's in scoring position. Or you got a runner, that could potentially score.
Especially a guy that has the speed that Acuna does.
Right. So I feel like when you got him setting the tone early like that, it's like it's a trickle down effect. Like your team feeds off that energy. And if he's going and he's hot, it's like the team is all playing well. And like, bruh, from the start, I'm like, yo, I feel like this is our year again. Like I really wanted us to go back to back, but we made it to what is it? I guess it's the pennant, like right before the World Series.
ALCS. Are y'all AL or NL?
NLCS.
NLCS.
So, yeah, we got knocked out by the Phillies, so we looking for some revenge from them jokers because I can't stand them.
Oh, I know who won last year. God, I hate, man. I was actually in Houston last year when the World Series was going on. I started my new job, and they sent me to Houston for some training. And, me being the guy I am and not caring about the Houston Astros, whenever the game was on, I was like, you know what? I'll go to a restaurant. Let me tell you, I've never been to so many ghost restaurants in my life before until I went to some of those restaurants in Houston. Obviously, I'm not talking about sports bars.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't like Houston. I'm just going to put it how it is. But it is what it is. So who all is in the playoffs right now? I heard the Rays got beat out.
Let me check and see. Yeah, because they just had the wild. I didn't realize the wild card was a short series like that between the teams. So
I think it's a 3-game series or a 1-game series.
I think it's 3. We got us going against the Phillies, which we're gonna get our revenge on them jokers. The Dodgers going up against the Diamondbacks. That's in the NL. And NL, the Rangers and the Orioles. You know what, bro? I'm rooting for the Rangers, man. I went to their game when the Braves played them. I just didn't post it, but I went down there and that was my first baseball game ever. Right, enjoyed it. It was perfect. Like we won, so that made it even better. But yo, I'm really rooting for the Rangers. I'm like, okay, the Braves is my team, but if I had to root for a second team, I'll root for the Rangers. So I'm hoping they knock off the Orioles.
My first game, actually, I didn't even realize this. My first game was the Rangers versus the Orioles back in early 2000s. So let's not talk about it. Back at the old Texas Stadium, and where they had like that state, not state park, but they had that little theme park in the outfield. And they had the grass batter's eye where everybody would run onto it for home runs. Yeah, I went. That was my first game, and I was actually surprised hearing the Diamondbacks. Not gonna lie, but me being an Arkansas fan, I say that reluctantly. I know that a certain Heston Kjerstad got called up to the Orioles this year. So my allegiance is kind of to the Orioles right now. And I know I'm a Cubs fan, so I'm not used to rooting for teams in September or October.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, y'all were rooting for the Cubs back then, or the Mets, or one of them. No, that was Mr. Johnny was the Mets fan.
Oh man, I used to mess with Mr. Johnny all the time, bro. I still say that man modeled for Stubbs barbecue sauce. That man looked the exact same. But no, yeah, as a Cubs fan, I'm used to picking new teams in the October area. So I'm kind of moving towards the Orioles now. As you know, you have to set your expectations low, especially with teams like the Orioles. Because, hey, quit whining. How about that? So, yeah, I'm kind of moving for the Orioles, and I think the Diamondbacks actually might have a Razorback on their team too. There's a lot of Razorbacks in MLB baseball. So it's kind of hard for me to have just one team, but I'm not a big professional sports fan, as everybody can tell. But that doesn't mean I'm stupid about it either.
Gotcha.
But I kind of lost track of MLB this year. I was kind of, as I kick over one of my beer bottles, I was kind of more focused on, working because, work. But yeah, just kind of curious about it. Let's take one more break, Dywan, and we'll wrap this thing up and get out of here. What do you say?
Hey, most definitely, man.
All right, we'll be right back. All right. Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to my buddy. He's my barber, actually. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, but Hayden Dean, he's making his professional fighting debut this weekend. I can't remember the guy he's fighting against, but it's at the Little Rock. It's in Little Rock, having a professional boxing debut here. Hoping he wins. I know last fight he got a belt of some sort. But wait,
you said he got a fight?
Yes, sir. Hey, speaking of that, you remember a guy named Claude Wilcox?
No.
Worked at Walmart for a little bit. He's from my hometown. He didn't work with us, but he was like in the frozen section. He actually, I don't know if you knew this, but he he actually went to MMA and started fighting MMA for a while. He actually made it all the way to the Bellator stage and was kind of fighting there. Eventually, he went ahead and just kind of hung up his gloves and just went ahead and retired over there in Nevada. So if he's watching, here's to you, Claude. But that was my boy. Hayden making his fighting debut. I haven't heard how it's gone just yet, but we're hoping that he knocks the guy out in the first round, like always. But hey, what you got going over there, Dywan?
Oh man, just I was reading up on some emails, trying to just stay caught up on a lot of my school stuff. And then
what you drinking over there?
Well, okay. First, of course, yours truly. You know, we ain't no stranger to these bad boys.
Does that have the star on it? Like the
No. It ain't got the star on it. No.
Hey, do you remember a certain joke I made last year?
Who was it about?
Yeah, it was about Cowboys fans.
Okay.
It was definitely having to do. It was
drinking this one.
Oh, okay. See, I got a little Yingling. I don't know if that's a local thing.
I've tried that before. Yeah, it's I like it.
Let me just put it this way: it's going down pretty smooth.
Hey, I'll say this: I like to consider myself a beer savant, if that makes sense.
Well, do I have some news for you?
A beer. Wait. A beer connoisseur. I think that's
go.
That's the appropriate term.
The beer sommelier. So
I ain't heard that one.
That's basically a guy that's good with wine and stuff like that. But not last week, 2 weeks ago, we had our Little Rocktoberfest in September.
Yeah.
We had
question. Why do they do Oktoberfest in September? What is the purpose? Enlighten me.
Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Hey, but I'm here because the Miracle League, they let us come in there and stream on site. We were in the press box of War Memorial's pre-gaming and everything. Actually, Razorback Zach, from inside the hog pen, he was actually emceeing the beer stein competition at Little Rocktoberfest. But they had, I think it was close to 70 home brewers. Damn. And they had them all lined up all around War Memorial Stadium. Had some pro brewers too. I'm trying to reach out to Rocktown because they're one of my favorite drinks. But they had some strawberry lemonade mixed with a little bit of a little holy water, as we'll say, and that was some of the best strawberry lemonade I've ever had. I'll put it that way. But yeah. You should have came down for Little Rocktoberfest, and we would have had a grand old time. Put it that way. And they had the Razorback game. Yeah, that's my fault. It's my fault, honestly.
I'll definitely try to catch the next one because the first time I ever participated in Oktoberfest, I was overseas. But again, it was in September. That's what had me thrown off, and I'm like, wait. Why is it called Oktoberfest in September? Like October is literally the next month, but I can never get any clarification on it.
Well, let's tune into one of our fans. Our first comment as the new and improved. By the way, so before we get to this comment, I just got to make something clear real quick. The last time you saw us, we were under a 2-star, no star network. We're not part of that shit no more. We can say fuck, we can say shit, we can say damn, we can say whatever the hell we want. We ain't gonna let no bald man from no bald Memphis fan trying to be an Arkansas fan tell us what we can and can't say. All right.
Hey, tell Caleb come on in, man.
Hey, Caleb. We're gonna show him. It's Mr. Rillo Bus. My boy said he a savant of beer, and that boy missed a bunch of beer. Hey, my boy Caleb, he makes some music. He one of my guys, bro. Hey, Caleb.
Too bad he a LeBron fan. Everything else is perfect.
I sent that man a video the other day, bro. Oh, it was so disrespectful. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up on my phone real quick. Hold on. It was so disrespectful to one. This man texted me back. Let me find it. He said, it's never that serious. I'm going to play it right into my microphone here.
Like, oh my gosh, I just want to feel LeBron's girthy, chosen one cock, bro. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to fill me up, bro. Fuck, bro. Let me chill.
Pause.
Hey, but that's how the LeBron fans be a lot of the times.
Man, I'm like, bruh, no. And listen, I tell people this all the time, right? Do I consider Jordan a GOAT? Yes. But if I saw Michael Jordan and I'm walking down the street like, bro, I'm going to throw the man the deuces and keep going. I'm not going to be like, oh, Mr. Jordan, I'm your biggest fan. Like, oh, man.
You're not going to get your knee pads out? Is that what you're going to say?
Bro, I'm going to look at that man.
Dude, Caleb said, stop it, bro.
I'm going to look at that man like he didn't. Like I look at a janitor with no disrespect, but like, I don't hold people up to these astronomical standards, like astronomically. Like,
all I'm gonna do, I'm tip my hat. What up, Mr. Michael?
Keep it going.
Yes, sir. Now I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna sit there and be like, "Ooh, that's Michael." I'll probably take a picture or two, but I'm not gonna sit there and fangirl. I'm gonna fangirl a little bit, but let's be honest here.
I mean, that's what the feeling is. So I can't be mad at them.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, Dywan, how about we wrap this thing up and we'll see these fine folks next weekend?
And most definitely, I enjoyed it, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is D-Mad and Dywan with the Mancave on Sideline Radio Network.
Y'all tap in.
Sideline Radio Network. Hey, we'll holler at y'all next time. You can find me at Twitter at Madden Beard right under my name, and Dywan, where can they find you at?
They can find me on TikTok at the Hoop God. The name right there, it's self-explanatory, and when I'm one of the admins on our Undisputed page, so yeah, I'm not hard to find.
He said, "Come find me if you're looking for me." Hey, we'll keep it moving for next time. Hey, this is D-Mad and Dywan. We'll see you, fams.
Peace.